Hi guys, welcome back to Berylawesfashion YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to draft blouse pattern, and we are going to be looking at two types of blouse pattern: the one that has joining at the waist and the other one that is straight. So before we start, if you are yet to subscribe, go ahead and do so, and if you are subscribed, I want you to watch this video to the end. So let's get started. So for us to make this blouse, we are going to be making use of her basic bodice pattern. So I've gone ahead and traced out my pattern. Here is the back and here is the front. You may be wondering how I did this. So I made use of my tracing wheel. So we are going to put this pattern aside now. We do not need it for now. Like I said earlier, we'll be making two types of blouses. This one, straight one, and the one that has seam at the waist. So we'll be using two measurements for this pattern, and the two measurements we'll be needing is a blouse length, which is 25 inches, and we equally need our hip circumference, which is 42 inches. So the first thing we are going to do is to place our pattern this way. We want to match it this way. This is the front, and here is our back pattern. Ensure that the edges match this way. And I said the front, the blouse length is 25 inches. So we'll come to the back, measure what you have as the bodice, which is, this is 15.5. So if you remove 15.5 from 25, we'll be having 9.5. So from here, we'll measure 25. That means from the edge of the paper here, we'll have 9.5. We measure it, mark it across, since we'll be working with both the front and the back, and we'll do the line. So this is what we have. So the first one we'll be working with is the straight type. So if you are working with the straight type, it means that where I shaded, you will not tamper with where I shaded at this side. It means that we will not be cutting it out. So we need masking tape to put it together. So I've gone ahead to secure it with masking tape. Remember, we are doing the straight blouse first. So on the hip line, I'm going to measure 1/4 of the hip measurement. The hip we are working with is 42 inches. So divide by 4, I'm going to have 10.5 inches. And I will add 1/2 inch allowance, so that it can be a little bit free at the hip line, and I will connect it to the waist at the side with the help of my hip comb. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is to mark our darts here. So we'll come here and measure what we have here, which is our bust span, that is 3.5. So come to the hip line and mark 3.5 inches, and we are going to connect it to that leg here. So I'll come up by 2 inches. I'm using a marker so that we can see what I'm doing very well. Okay. That is that, and the next thing we are going to do now is to come up here at the side where our dart stops, and we'll connect to this piece for our back shaping, so that we do not have any bulge at the back. So we'll be cutting out this. Then at the edge here at the side, you can either come up by 1.5 and 2 inches. Maximum is 2 inches. So I'll be doing 1.5. You could do 2 inches as well. And connect this way. We are cutting off this side. So you come to the front and do the same. 10.5 inches plus ½ inch, so that it can be width free at the hip side. Okay. The same thing we did here, we came up by 1.5, we'll do the same. And the bust span we are working with is 3.5 inches. We'll come here and mark 3.5 inches. I will connect to this side. We'll come up by 2 inches. So our straight blouse is ready. So I'm going to cut it out now and see how it is. We'll cut out the shaded part at the back, that's the back shaping that we did. So our straight blouse is ready. This is the front, and this is center back. Cut this and fold, and cut out 2 pieces here. So the next one we are going to do now is to do the one that has joining at the waist. For us to do that, I've gone ahead to trace out the same pattern, my basic bodice pattern. I've traced it out, both the front and the back. And just as we did in the other one, we are going to, from here, we'll mark from waist to the hip 9.5 inches. 9.5 inches. connect it down. Okay, so on this line we will mark 1/4 of our hip, 10.5 plus ½ inch. Then in the front too we do the same, 10.5 plus ½ inch. Place this one at this side here. I will secure it with masking tape temporarily because we are still going to detach it. So I've gone ahead to secure it with masking tape temporarily because we are still going to remove it. So I'm going to connect from here to the waist. Okay, do the same at the back. So now that we have done that, mark the dart leg, which is 3.5 here. Then connect it. And come up by 2 inches. I will connect it. Okay, do the same here, 1.5 or 2 inches. Please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and let me know how you feel about the video in the comment section. And feel free to leave your comments. Feel free to ask questions. I will attend to them as soon as possible. So mark 3.5 here as well. Then come up by 2 inches. And please share this video with your friends. Okay. Okay, now that we are done, we are going to detach it. Okay, we do the same here. So since it will be having joining at the back, we are going to shape here, this down part. Have a look at it as I'm cutting it. We'll cut this other side as well. In case you are wondering how we got this basic bodice pattern, I'm going to put the link in the description box. Then we'll cut it down. the back, then the front. This is what we have. So this must match. As you can see, they are equal. The length is equal. So we come here too and shape the side, the shaded part here. This is for fitting purposes. Remember that when we did the straight type, we did not cut it off. So this is the way it will be. So by the time you hold your dart, you hold the dart here. And hold this dart as well. This is what you have. By the time you bring the two together, you can see that they match. So this is what you may have here. Okay, then at the back too, you have the same thing. This place that is a bit slant, you see the way it will be by the time you fold that. Try it out and see the difference between this pattern with the one you have been making. Okay. So you see that it matches. So and don't forget to label. This is center back, center back. You have this, in case you want to, it will have joining. Then this is the front. You cut and fold. You are cutting this and fold. Then this is the straight type. So you can see the difference between the two. We did not shape the down part here, and we shape the back. That's back type here. So that is it for now. Till we see again in our next video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.